Hi, and welcome back to Destiny Helper Ministries. I have another word from the Father. So he is saying today that in very little time, not really much time at all, you're going to start seeing the unfolding and the manifestation of the promises that he gave you. You're about to be very fruitful in this particular area. It can be about your kingdom marriage or whatever the case may be. But he's saying, and this is one of the most very important parts of this word, you need to be very particular. You need to be very frugal about how you handle this promise and how you go about, the process of telling people, who you tell, what you say, how much you divulge, all these things, because there is a very prominent spirit of jealousy. And the more people you tell, the more spirits you have probably trying to attack whatever it is that you have going on. And these could be people closest to you wouldn't even know. So if the Father is telling you to be very particular or to not tell a specific person, even if it's your homegirl, your homeboy, and you're like, God, why? There's a reason. There's a reason. Even if that person isn't against you. It can be somebody that they're connected to or whatever the case, you never know. So it's important to make sure that you're always listening to God, because even if it doesn't make sense to you, he knows what's going on at all times. People can fool other people, but nobody can fool God, period. The enemies are starting to get worried because they believed that they were starting to make some headway in their attacks against you, to make you not want to pray over your promise, not wanting to, go and war in the spirit for your husband. If you've had a kingdom promise, a kingdom spouse promise, to not want to pray for your husband. I'm sure some of you must have even experienced this, that you realize every now and then you don't even want to pray for your person. Probably even went as far as to ask God, to give you another person, or having thoughts of like, geez, God, like, can I just have a man? Can I just have a woman that is just going to want me, and I don't have to go through all this just to get them to come over here? Even though you know full and well why it's taking so long, your emotions have overcome you every now and then, and you're like, geez, I just wish that this was, over already, type of stuff. So they felt like they were finally getting some headway, but obviously the Father is over you and he is continuously putting you back on track. They have no real power over here. These enemies have tried and have continued to try anything and everything that they possibly can think of or could think of to get ahead of you, thinking that they can get ahead of God as well, like as if that's even possible. They've been having the spirit of lust control this entire situation, or even like it doesn't even have to be lust, just like a very perverse spirit over the things that they're trying to steal from you, right? So they're trying to steal this promise from you, and they have very perverse spirits that are over this promise, when it comes to them wanting it. For example, for a kingdom marriage promise, they are using lust over your person, when for you and your person, it's actually love. Just for an example, God explained this next part to me, that just like a kangaroo, he is holding these promises close to him, right? Like how mother kangaroos, they have the pouch. Or I think it's mother kangaroos, they have the pouch. And the baby grows inside the pouch, right? Always staying close to the mother. And the mother travels, she does all this, all that with the baby inside of her, right? In the pouch. Just like that, God is moving on your behalf. He is the driver of this situation, and he's holding your promise close. He's holding your person close, your job close, your car close, whatever the promise was, because this is not just for kingdom marriage. This is for anything that the Father promised you. He's holding that promise close, and he is the driver of this situation, and he is cleansing and purifying from defilement everything that the enemy has tried to put on this promise. So, for example, once again, like a kingdom marriage, every single way that they have led to the defilement of your kingdom husband, your kingdom wife, whatever the case is, for an example, it would be judgment that the Father wants to put on your spouse. so that they can surrender, repent, and obey, because they need to be sat down. Even though, the enemy has been doing all these things and your promise has been toyed with a little bit by people of the earth and things like that, the Father is saying to rest in his shadow, take residence in rest, and continue to trust in him and believe in him, because this promise is coming to pass just like he said it would. He is not a man that he would lie. So just continue to believe and continue to pray. Do not fall into the trap of not praying and not going to war in the spirit, because the more that you don't pray, the more that the enemy is working. You think that the enemy is not working? Every second of the day he's working. So if you're not working as well, you're just letting him win. So, and that's a reminder for myself as well. Even though the Father can see that these people have been defiled, but he is coming with instruction for them. He is coming with help for them. He is going to nurture them. He is going to help build them up and bring them to cleansing and to righteousness. So that's the word. Take it back to the Father. I thank you for listening, and I will be back when the Father releases me. Bye.